The Transportation Safety Board of Canada has released their preliminary report on the crash of Delta Airline 4819, operated by Endeavour Air, at Toronto Pearson Airport on February 17, 2025. The flight, originating from Minneapolis, carried 76 passengers and 4 crew members on a Bombardier CRJ-900. During landing on runway 23, the aircraft impacted the runway, causing the right wing to detach and a fire to ensue. The aircraft overturned and slid down the runway, coming to rest inverted near the intersection of runway 23 and runway 15. All passengers and crew evacuated safely, with 21 injuries, 2 serious but all recovered. The approach was normal until 150 feet above the runway. The first officer was flying and the captain was monitoring. They received clearance for the ILS approach to runway 23 with a VREF landing speed of 139 knots, adjusted to 149 knots due to wind gusts. At 500 feet, the aircraft was stable at 150 knots. The first officer disconnected the autopilot at 720 feet per minute descent rate. At 153 feet, a right quartering gust increased airspeed to 154 knots. The first officer reduced thrust from 64% to 43%, leading to a high sink rate. At 50 feet, the descent rate increased to 1,114 feet per minute, triggering the enhanced ground proximity warning system. The aircraft was below glide slope with a high descent rate and a slight right bank. The right main landing gear contacted the runway with a 7.5-degree bank and 3G vertical acceleration, causing the gear to fail and the wing to detach, releasing jet fuel and igniting a fire. The aircraft slid and inverted, losing parts of the tail. The captain, with Endeavour since 2007, had 3,570 flight hours, including 764 on the CRJ-900. This flight was his first in 7 days, having worked as a simulator instructor recently. The first officer, hired in January 2024, had 1,422 flight hours, including 418.7 on the CRJ-900. She had flown 56.3 hours in the previous 30 days and held a restricted ADP certificate due to having less than 1,500 total hours. The aircraft, manufactured in 2008, had 35,335 airframe hours. Weather conditions included 28 knots winds gusting to 35 knots, with visibility of 6 miles and blowing snow. The temperature was -9 Celsius, requiring a flare initiation between 30 to 20 feet and a pitch attitude at touchdown between 3 and 8 degrees. Evacuation began immediately, with some injuries occurring as passengers fell to the ceiling. The flight crew evacuated through the cockpit escape hatch. An explosion occurred near the left wing after evacuation, cause unknown. Another company pilot and cabin crew member, repositioning as passengers, assisted in the evacuation. The investigation will focus on the right main landing gear side stay failure, examining if it was previously damaged or if the 3G landing caused the fracture. The side stay has been secured for further examination. The report highlights the importance of understanding performance increasing wind gusts and their impact on aircraft descent rates. The first officer's reduction in thrust during the gust led to a significant increase in sink rate, contributing to the hard landing. The report also notes that the aircraft's enhanced ground proximity warning system (EGPWS) provided critical alerts that the crew responded to, but the rapid descent rate and high sink rate ultimately led to the hard landing. The role of the repositioning crew members in assisting with the evacuation underscores the importance of having trained personnel on board, even when they are not part of the active flight crew. The preliminary report provides crucial insights into the factors leading to the crash, emphasizing the need for thorough examination of the landing gear failure and the impact of wind gusts on aircraft performance. The successful evacuation and assistance from repositioning crew members highlight the importance of preparedness and quick response in emergency situations. Stay tuned to learn more as the report gets finalized and what further actions are required by the airlines, the FAA, and the transportation safety boards of both the US and Canada. Stay safe out there, flyers. Like, share, and subscribe for the latest in news, entertainment, and sports.